We need to find out what the difference is between a squid and an octopus. I'm curious. You're curious. We're all curious. We all woke up at 12 in the morning, and we just wanted to know the answer. Sometimes life has no answers. Sometimes you just have to accept that about yourself. That's fine. It's fine, you know. I'm not sad, you're sad. I'm not sad, you're sad! I don't even know if this is correct. It's probably not. I'm fucking around too much. Well, you know, the fun part is, if I did fuck around, we'll find out, won't we? Sometimes I like to solve these puzzles without actually crossing anything out. I'll just go by via, but I usually with the smaller ones. It's a little easier that way. Look at that. That sure is a squid, I guess. What about an octopus? I must learn the secrets of reality. Yoink. Man, that sure is an angle. You know, to some extent, piano music like this always makes me think of... Sometimes. I say always, but sometimes makes me think of Starbound. I kind of want to do an LP of Starbound someday, just to look back. Cause my God, Starbound occupies such a weird space in my head. I remember, right? I remember back when Starbound... Dude, when the fuck did Starbound Unstable last update? Who the hell knows? Maybe I'm just still in it grandfathered in. Yeah, I'm probably still grandfathered into anything. 2016. This game is almost 10 years old. Like, I'm not saying Starbound is bad. I feel that Starbound's biggest strength is that it just looks extraordinarily nice. Bounty Hunter update? When the fuck did this update release? Holy shit, it's indie game test drive. God dang. Oof. Oh man, we're digging up some old stuff now. When the hell did this update happen? New elemental monster variants. Like, the big problem with this game, right, is that it doesn't have a vibe to it. It doesn't really do anything. How much is this again? Like, it's 12, right? So you can kind of calculate. Let's do some math. Just so we know that this one's already also got to get filled in. Which means that we know this has to be the 7. This thing has to be the 7, which means it's got to be at least 5 tall. Because it either connects to this or it just goes up. Now, since we know that there are no 3s here, we know these don't connect. That's all we know. Which means this 5 has to go down. And would you look at that? Odds are that's a 2 for a minimum. So there you go. Slowly but surely everything comes together again. Like, am I tired of the fix, or am I tired of myself? It's always one of those questions that you can ask. Like, am I tired? Did I ever love this to begin with? Was there any love? And that's such a long-ass question to ask yourself, and it just annoys me. I just like simple answers. I just like when things are obvious, but I've learned many things, and one of the things that I've learned over the many years of my many lives is... shit sucks, man. Things are often very complicated and personal. There can't be a 4 here, so this is the 4. Which means that the 3's got to sit somewhere over here. Yeah, that sure is a block you place. Wow! So that's got to be a 1 for. Technically this could make sense. Nope, that's got to be a 1 for. Now that we've broken this up, we know the 3's going to sit here, the 4 and the 2 have to sit up here, and oh, they actually kind of squeeze up there nicely. We got this 4 taken care of. This has got to be a 4, which means we've got this whole... Oh, this is looking good. Nice solve! Nice on! We know that because this isn't going to be 3. This is the 6. 2 goes here. does this song sound like one of the characters has cancer? This is like the last thing they get to do with their lives. It's gotta be the 2 in there, which means the 4 is in here, which means this is in here. Like, so few actual controls, and I still frick up all the time. Man, I don't get these. I'm looking at a group chat and someone like puts up a thing and I'm like, you do know that this just looks really bad, right? Like, for fuck's sake, I keep hearing people talk about like chasers are a bad thing, right? In the transfer community, tracing is considered a not nice thing to do to people. And then people put up posts where it's like, so you're gonna put up a post that just says transgenders go, and everyone else like, yes, you're there, and they get all, and there's all this angry face, and I'm like, bitch. Do you want to just be... I don't get it. I don't get it. I will never get it. Because it always feels like you're trying to create this own little personal park for yourself in which you exist. And I get it. Like, your lived experiences have, like, overlap with two normally not connected spheres. You're that overlapping tissue. But, like, don't you just want to be the thing? Why are you... Like, you're not supposed to chase, but on the other hand, you guys are making it into, like, this whole big deal. Like, you're this big, cute, inclusive in-club, and it's just weird to me. But then again, I don't get humans 90% of the time anyway. If it were up to me, I'd live on a foreign planet, and I'd only send back, like, little status updates from time to time. That'd be great. That'd be so fucking great. I would love to live on my own little planet. There is no job too boring that I would turn down that offer. Wouldn't have to put up with anyone's weird whack job. Oh man, I'm a normal human being. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jesus. Normal people are fucking stupid. They suck. Oh no, I'm the most persecuted group of people around. I don't know, man. Maybe you should stop posting bullshit that says, like, man, I hate everyone 24/7. I just feel that misanthropy is, like, antithetical to what you're trying to achieve here. Would it kill you to post something polite and nice about someone? What the? So, what is the difference between squids and octopus? Well, one has eyeballs, and the other does not. One has a pointy head, the other does not. And I don't get it. I think I will never actually learn the mysteries of these beautiful creatures. It's got a little head tentacle. Maybe I'm getting delirious from a lack of oxygen. Should open a window. Or I don't, and I suffocate to death. You know what? That does sound like a gamer move to me right now. That's what we in the business like to call a pro gamer move. It's got to smear out a little bit to fit. With a big fat splort sound effect, preferably. Actually, with how much this marks off, yeah, you're squished in there, man. We ain't got time, we ain't got space. We ain't got time, don't say face. I got my eyes, got my nose, got my shoes. But does this man have a liver? Ooh. Ooh. Complain about not getting things, but I remember the 5th of September, a video which was exclusively a bunch of, like, very into pot people, I guess is the best way to describe them. Potheads, probably. Who were talking about, like, what would a Mario course, what would the smoke of a Mario course be like? And I was like, I don't understand 99% of the lingo you're using here. I just do not. It was a magical experience to understand that I just didn't get. I just didn't fucking get it. I sat there and I tried to analyze some context clues, but I could not figure out what the fuck these people were talking about. Is this what they mean with will real Slim Shady please stand up? Like you just don't know? Not a fan of how much of this feels like I'm just supposed to make these kinds of assumptions to make things work. I mean, you could probably reason your way out of this and go like, spatial reasoning says it has to be this way. That in the end, I realized that you were just like me, that's my sister. Violence, violence. Oh yeah, these are 3, so you can get those out of the picture, so we can get these into the picture, we can get these out of the picture. So we can then cross these off. Oh boy! I show way. Look at all these solves going around. I'm suddenly reminded of a What's With Andy episode, in which the whole thing was like, you must rhyme everything with everything else. And the end of that episode, fucking episode, right? I think it's like, the person he makes the bet with is like, I gives him like a number, I think it was 12 or orange or whatever. But in Dutch it was 12. And the fucking answer he gives instead is like salve. It's 12. It's really dumb. It's the worst. It's fucking stupid. Actually, I can't guarantee that. And all I could say is that in all of my years, I still think about that sometimes, and every time I think about it, I'm like, what the fuck were they doing? Like, that doesn't count. Andy, you can't just lie. That's not a word. You can't just... That's just as bad as when songwriters are like, hey, yo! And it's like, you can't just turn you into an O! What are we doing? I know it's unreasonable to get this kind of mad about that, but like, come on! Like, it doesn't even make him look clever. It just makes you look like you're too fucking lazy to actually figure out how these words work. Cause in the end, I realize... It's been a weird few days. I don't know, is that a ladybug? And I would like to point out I haven't seen the show for fucking ever. My brain just remembers goofy shit like this and goes, yep, dedicating permanent storage to that. No take backsies, Safi. Sometimes that's really nice. Sometimes, might as well not have a brain to begin with. Because in the end, I realize, just like me, history. Violence breeds violence. And 12 breeds love. That don't make any sense. It's just so fucking stupid. Why did you do this? Why didn't you just write a better episode, man? How much did you get paid? How much did you not get paid? Am I gonna be that YouTuber who gets like called by a producer from the show? It's like, yeah, we had like 0 budget, buddy. Like, what were you expecting from us? Do you think dubbing shit in Dutch is like a luxurious position where you get infinite time and budget and you can just do whatever you want? Please stop. I know the intricacies of please. Now I'm sad, and I'm gonna open my windows. Well, I managed to avoid suffocation. How close are we to completion? 109. What a number! What a number. Hold up. Let's look up the number in specific. It is a natural number. It is not a prime. Oh! Oh, it is a prime! I was like, oh man, it kind of feels like a prime. It's a prime number! The 29th! As 29th is a prime, 109 is the 10th super prime! And 107 is... 107 is also a prime, making them twin primes. Making them... Are they twin super primes? Are they twin super primes? Oh, it's not. Yeah, no, that's impossible. It's impossible to have twin primes. Because one of them will be even. And an even number is never... Oh, that's so fucking rad. Let me see if that's on the page. Oh, come on. Someone's got to be like, you can't have twins. Come on. Come on! There are exactly 109 family of subset of 3 set elements whose union includes all 3 elements. 109 different loops. Invertible, but not necessarily asserted binary operations with an identity on 6 elements. 109 squares on an infinite chessboard can be reached by a knight in 3 moves. It's also a centered triangular number. Wow, you walk up to your fancy dame in the middle of the night and you tell her 109 is a centered triangular number, man. It opens every door. The bouncer will step aside and say, "Please, sir, didn't mean to hold you up, sir. There are 109 uniform edge colorings to 11 regular and semi-regular or Archimedean tilings. Damn, that's sexy. The decimal expansion of 1 divided by 109 can be computed using an alternating series with the function of n to the nth Fibonacci number. What the fuck are you talking about? The decimal Jesus! I didn't need to know that 109 was such an extraordinarily sexy number. Holy. Damn. Okay, well, what happened in the year 109? Well, BC or 80. Let's look at both. It was known the year. Is this 80? It's 80. So we're in the modern era. At the time, it was known as the year of consulship of Palma and Tullius. Or less for. God damn. Not a lot happened here. The Christian Church proclaims itself to be universal. That took their sweet fucking time, huh? 109 years since good old JC decided to start clapping hands and giving out autographs, and you're like, no, you need this. Turns out God was universal all along. Sorry. I don't even know what that means, actually. The Parthian Empire. Osroes I, the first of Parthia, succeeds his brother Picross II and rules over the Western Parthian Empire. Good for him. Pliny the Younger is legate. Jesus. Man, Roman Empire, you got some shit going on. The aqueduct. Oh, it's an aqueduct. It's inaugurated by Emperor Trajan. Channels water from Lake Brachio 40 kilometers northwest of France. That's impressive. That sounds pretty cool. I want to learn about this cool little river. Well, that's fucking awesome. Wait, are those all aqueducts? Or roads? Man, that's a kick-ass aqueduct. Holy shit. That must have taken so much damn time to do. It has only fallen into disuse in the 17th century. Man, I learned a little too much about cool water sources. Anyway, in BC, it was the year of consulship of Numidius and Silanus. In the second year of Huanfang. Damn! What the hell does that even mean? I'm not smart enough. So, if there's a calendar, right? And you don't have, like, the before Jesus Christ and after Christ, or modern era, or whatever you want to call it. Do you just go in the negatives? It's just like, yeah, this is the 0th year, but turns out there were years before that. We just call those the negative years. What happened back then? A beautiful 218 years ago. Or it's less, right? Because 0 makes it weird and trippy. No, there's 2 differences between 1 and -1. Yeah, because you need to remove 119 just to get the base, and then another set will be doubles. A Roman army under Marcus Julius Silanus is defeated by the Cimbri and man, the Rhine. You can call it the Rhone all you want. Oh no, that is a whole different river. I thought it was the Rhine. Cause, you know, oh, you mean like in contemporary they would have called? No, it's just a whole separate fucking river I never heard about. In Asia, a whole bunch of stuff is happening. Emperor Wu of Han inspects the Han Empire, traveling 9,000 kilometers. Before the common era, he sends diplomats in search of the legendary Panglai Island. Man, this guy's busy. Fucking 9,000 in a year. Or longer, probably. The Han campaign's against the Dian. It's against the Dien. Man, Emperor Wu is busy. He's going around inspecting his empire, sending off diplomats, and he's starting a campaign. After Shu He, a Han envoy, murders the minor king of the vassal state of Goryeo-xiong, and is rewarded by a military command, Ukyo, the king of Joseon, attacks and kills Shu He. Man just got promoted and you fucking murder him. Let him bask in his glory for at least, like, long enough for it to be funny. Autumn. Orders and Jesus. Sounds like Mr. Wu was very busy. What is Mount Penglai, the immortal island? It is known in Japanese mythology as Horai or Bonglai in Vietnam. What's so cool about this mountains? It's the base for the 8 immortals, or at least where they travel to have ceremonial meals, as well as illusionist Anki Shang. Supposedly everything on the mountain appears pure whites, while the palaces are made of gold and silver jewels grow on trees. There is no agony and no winter. There are rice bowls and wine glasses that never empty no matter how much people eat or drink from them. There are enchanted fruits that grow in Bengali that can heal the... So basically, it's Atlantis. It's the fountain of eternal youth and everything rolled up into one. Tradition holds that Qing Shi Huang, in search of immortality, sent unsuccessful expeditions to find Penglai. Legend tells Shufu, one servitor to find the island, found Japan instead, and named Mount Fuji as Penglai. You fucking idiot! You fucking idiot! It's like when Columbus tried to find Asia and instead found America. It's like, you fucking moron, you idiot! Stupid bingus. How could you be so stupid? The 8 Immortals. I love the term Immortals. It's so radical. They're not that cool, though. But they're you know what, I'm good enough with it. Each Immortal's power can be transferred to a vessel that can bestow life and destroy evil. Oh shit, they're cooler than I thought. I was given a very bad impression on Immortals. These guys are radical. They are Hu Shanggu, in modern context generally seen as the only female of the group, often depicted holding a lotus flower. Thao Guochu, Cho Guocho, related to the Song Dynasty emperor before he became an immortal. Up top, buddy. Li Tieguai, considered to be mentally disturbed and associated with medicine and easing of the sick and needy, identified by his iron crutch and calabash bottle. Calabash! Oh! One of those goofy gourds. Lan Thaiha. Thaihe? Oh, that's the fucking character for And, right? Huh. Originally depicted as female, later becoming ambiguous, and is the patron of florists and gardeners. Listen, flowers are boys and girls at once, so we might as well make the guy who goes over that shit. We got Lu Dongbing, a scholar and poet considered to be the leader of the 8 Immortals. We have Hang Shangzi, a flute artist, that's all he gets. Zhang Guaolao, the feng shui symbol of longevity. Man, I'd love to be a symbol of longevity. And then we got Chungli, Chang, whatever. Often associated with death and the power to create silver and gold. Often depicted holding, cool. I mean, I don't know what you want to do with silver and gold. People use copper for their wiring these days anyways. Well, that was fun to learn. The more you know.